Webcomics are all about incremental progress, the slow building up of skills over many months or even years working on various different projects. So you've come to this video to ask, how can I improve my skills? And how can I live up to my artistic inspirations? My art just doesn't match what I want it to be. My writing isn't strong enough. Well, you're going to learn the answers to those questions by the end of this video. But first, you need to learn how to develop each skill individually. When I started in 2020, there were a lot of things I did not know about writing, about art, about building a brand online, and I had to learn each of those things, but I didn't learn them all at once. I picked one or two skills, web design and inking, and I worked really hard to make those the best they could be. I gave it a concentrated effort, and over time my skills improved. And when I felt happy with the level of skill that I had gotten, I switched to a different thing. Then I started working on shading and really improving that. My lighting, my coloring, my contrast. And you're going to wear a lot of different hats as an artist and writer, especially for comics. You have to know panel layouts. You have to know graphic design, character design, dialogue, scripting and outlining your story. There's so many different skills, but you don't have to learn them all at once. Pick a short story, okay? Maybe you have a big, long epic, but just take a little slice out of it. Say, this is my main character. Okay, I'm going to tell a short little story, just explaining their backstory. Or maybe how these two characters that are already together by the time the story starts, how did they meet? I'm just going to tell that in 5 pages. And yeah, that can be hard, but it's also really good for your creative muscles, because if you can tell a strong, short story, you're going to learn so much about structure, about dialogue. You're going to learn all of these wonderful things. And it gives you a chance to improve in one or two specific ways you can really focus on. You need to look up a lot of videos, read a lot of blogs, really absorb all of the different processes that people use to make their stories, and take the parts that you think would work best for you and mix and match them. And that is just going to help you improve so much. Do this a couple times with a couple different stories, short comics, and the benefit to this is you will get to practice and mix up your art style a bit if you want, try different styles of shading, of lettering, and at the end, you're gonna have like 3, 4, 5 really cool short stories. You could bundle them up. You could do a theme, right? You could say, I'm going to do 5 sci-fi stories or 5 stories involving roses, anything you want. You could bundle those up. You could put it online and say, here's a cool comics anthology I worked on. That's 25 pages. That is an issue of a comic. You just drew an issue of a comic. You just wrote a comic book. Very cool. So the bottom line here is don't give up. Please, please don't give up. Keep trying. Even if you're not happy with your art right now, I promise you that if you put in the time and the effort, eventually you're going to look at something you've just finished and say, I'm really proud of this. This looks professional. And that is one of the most wonderful, encouraging feelings that you can ever have. And I promise you, you will get there. I believe in you. I believe that anyone can create a beautiful story with real emotion that matters to them. If you had fun, if it moved you to make it, it will move others when they read it. So don't give up. If you have questions, if you have things you want to improve on, ask me about it in the comments. I would love to help in any way I can. Thank you so much for watching the video. And if you want to hear more tips and tricks from webcomic creators, you can check out my podcast, Sever the Plot Thread, where I interview other comic book creators, writers, and artists, and we get into the nitty-gritty of how their processes work. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out. And feel free to check out my webcomic, Siblings of Steel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take it easy, Internet.